welcome you to the Registration 101 video presented to you by the NCHS Counseling Department. My name is Nancy Sherwood and I'm one of the counselors here at NCHS. In this registration video, we're going to talk about the enrollment guide that you either have just received or will be receiving shortly. It's important that you recognize the fact that as a high school student, the classes that you take do matter, and the effect of the grades that you have can have repercussions way down in the future in terms of schools, jobs, careers, scholarships, those kinds of things. So I'd like to spend a little time with you going through the enrollment guide. Then I would like you to think about looking at what your credits are, talking with your teachers, talking with your parents, and finally filling out the form so that when you sit down with your counselor, most of that form is completed. Today I'd like to talk with you about 6 things in the registration process. The first thing is the enrollment guide, which you have either just gotten or will get very soon. There are terms that are defined in the enrollment guide. For example, credits. What in the heck is a credit? People talk about credits all the time, but do you know what a credit is? Well, a credit is something that you earn by passing a class. Here at NC, you can earn a half credit for every class you pass halfway through the year, and that's a semester. So usually in December, in May, you can earn a half credit for every class that you pass. You're going to need to have 24 and a half of these things called credits, minimum, in order to graduate. There are certain required classes and there are certain elective classes. Required classes are specific classes that are needed for graduation. There are required classes in 5 different areas: English, math, science, social studies, and PE. The elective credits can be anything that is not required. For example, a lot of students like PE, and so they might take their 2 credits of PE and still want to take PE. If they choose to take more PE, then those extra PE credits end up being elective credits. Prerequisite classes are classes that you must take in order to take another class. So when you're looking through the enrollment guide, you're going to find that for each class it will say prerequisite. If it says none, that means that there is no prerequisite and you can just take that class. However, if it does say something like, in order to take French 2, you must have French 1. French 1 is a prerequisite for French 2. As you go through the enrollment guide, you will see the courses mostly listed by department. And each department has the course name, it has the course description, and it has the grade level. So if you're in 9th grade and you're looking at a class and it says grades 11 and 12, that is not a class that you're going to be able to take next year, because next year you'll be in 10th grade. If you are in 8th grade, then you're looking for classes that say that they are for 9th grade, and so on. You want to read the description of the class so that you know what the class is about. A lot of times I'll have students ask me, well, accounting, what's that? And basically I'm going to tell them to read what's in the enrollment guide. I would suggest that you try to talk to somebody who has either taken the class or talk to somebody in the department so you can get more information, but your first step is to read the description. Another very important piece is that as you're going through the enrollment guide, you're going to see certain classes that have an asterisk, which is a little star. And that star basically means that the class is a semester-long class. A semester is a half-year class. So if you are taking one semester class during the first semester, you're going to have to find another semester class the second semester. A few of the classes, such as child development, can be taken for a full year, or they can be taken just for first semester or just for second semester. And if you see that, it will say something like, may enter at semester. As part of the graduation requirements, students also have to show proficiency in 5 out of 9 areas. They are fine in performing arts, foreign language, health, language arts or English, math, physical education, science, and social studies, as well as vocational education. As you go through the enrollment guide, you'll find courses that are listed as BOE courses, BOE standing for Body of Evidence, or not BOE courses. So if you want to, for example, get a proficiency in vocational education and you don't have that proficiency yet, it's important that you take a course labeled BOE. Let me talk to you for a few minutes about the opportunities that are available here at NCHS. One of them is the ability for high school students to take college level classes through the BOCES or ACE program, ACE standing for Accelerated College Education. These classes are paid for totally, tuition, books, and fees by the BOCES board, and it's a way that that high school students can earn college credit while still in high school. The BOCES program also includes students being able to take classes at Casper College on campus, and generally speaking, a student must have completed their sophomore year in high school in order to take advantage of this situation. I'd suggest that when you are interested in doing this, that you make an appointment with your counselor to talk about that more fully. The International Baccalaureate program offers students opportunities, a number of opportunities by taking courses in this program. It is an internationally recognized program, and many colleges will offer students college credit if they perform in the IB program at an appropriate level. If you would like more information about the IB program at Natrona County High School, we do have a link that will give you more information. Another opportunity available to students at NCHS and Kelly Walsh High School is to attend for half a day the Star Lane Center for English, Social Studies, Science, and a technology course. For more information about Star Lane Center, you can visit our website at nchscounseling.com. Now I'd like to introduce Alan Van Deventer, and he's going to visit with you about the Hathaway Scholarship.
Okay, my name is Mr. Van Deventer. I'm one of the counselors here at Natrona County High School, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Hathaway Scholarship and things you should keep in mind when you are registering for classes for next year. The Hathaway Scholarship has 3 parts to it, and 2 of those parts you can take care of right now. One of them is your grade point average. The lowest Hathaway Scholarship you can have as low as a 2.5 grade point average, which is a C+ average. And the highest Hathaway Scholarship you can have, the highest one you need a 3.5, which is a B+ average. The Hathaway Scholarship is a scholarship that you can use to go to any of the 7 community colleges in Wyoming or the University of Wyoming. And it comes out to a lot of money actually, so it's worthwhile to keep that in mind. So getting good grades is one thing that you can do to help with the Hathaway Scholarship, and then choosing the right classes is another thing that you can do for the Hathaway Scholarship. Right now, for the top 3 levels of the Hathaway Scholarship, you need to take 4 years of English and do well in those. You need to take 4 years of math, including 1 class above Algebra 2. You need to take 4 years of science, and you need to take 3 years of social studies, which are the 3 social studies classes that are required for graduation anyway. On top of that, one of the things that you need to keep in mind is the possibility of a foreign language class. For the 2 lower levels of the Hathaway Scholarship, you need to be proficient in a foreign language, and you may be already, depending on if you took some foreign language in junior high school. Usually, to be proficient, you need to take a semester of a junior high foreign language and a year of a high school foreign language. But keep that in mind, proficient for the bottom 2, and then for the top 2, you need to take 2 years of the same foreign language. So that would be the equivalent of German 1 and German 2, French 1, French 2, etc. One thing to keep in mind is quite often the junior highs offer something like Spanish 1A and Spanish 1B, and they do that over a 2-year period, and that just counts as 1 year of a foreign language. That would be the equivalent of Spanish 1, even though you've done it over a 2-year period. The last part of the Hathaway Scholarship is the score on the ACT test, which is a college entrance test that you will take at the end of your 11th grade year. It's free, the state pays for that test. Now, if you want to have a little bit of an idea about how well you would do on that test, you can look at your results of the Explore test, which you take in 9th grade, or the Plan test, which you take in 10th grade, and that will give you an estimate of how well you might score on the ACT test. So that's kind of an overview of the Hathaway Scholarship Program. If you have any questions, ask your counselor. We're here to help you out, and good luck with registering classes for next year.
The second part of the registration process is to take a really good look at your transcript, your high school transcript, or if you haven't gotten to high school yet, the transcript that you're bringing to high school from middle school. The transcript is a way of looking to see what you have completed so far for graduation and what you still need to complete. It's also going to be a record of your high school grades and GPAs that will be sent out with applications for various jobs, for colleges, for scholarships. So the transcript is a very important piece of showing what your work has been here at NCHS. Through the transcript, we're going to come up with a graduation plan, and there is a place in the enrollment guide that I suggest you find that you can use to plan out your high school career. Your graduation plan is something that you're writing for your own benefit, not because someone's going to hold you to it. So, take your best shot at what classes you think you might want to take in the 4 years that you're here, and just go for it. If you want to make changes along the way, that's perfectly okay because it's between you and you. So I would just suggest that you just kind of start thinking about your future so that you don't hit graduation and have no clue as to what you're going to be doing. Through this registration process also, we're going to ask you to put down a career goal or 2. And again, that's not written in stone, so it doesn't mean that you have to follow through on that goal, but it gives you something to start shooting for right now. As you change your mind, as your life changes, you probably are going to make some changes in that graduation plan, but at least it's something for now to give you a pathway to the future. The third part of this process is talking with the teachers that you have now or that you've had in the past about your plans for the future and the classes that you want to take. There are certain classes that you will need teacher signatures for if you're going to take an upper level in that class category. So it's important that you talk to your teachers. Your teachers know you, they know what your ability is, they know what your work ethic is, and so get some input from them about what would be right for you. The fourth part of this registration process is talking to your parents. Now, I know that as emerging adults, sometimes we don't like to go to our parents with everything, but this is something that is really, really important. The classes that you choose can impact you for a long time in the future. I've had students who changed their plans based on some of the electives that they've chosen. And they may have chosen them just kind of out of the blue, but it has made a major impact on their life. And so I just suggest that you talk this over with your parents. There is a place for your parents to sign on the registration form, which is the last page in the book. And we just ask that you visit with your parents. It's not essential that your parents sign, it's just a sign for us that you have discussed your plans with your parents.
Hello, my name is Joel Shenfish and I work as a school counselor at Natrona County High School. The registration form is a very important form to fill out and to have ready at the time the counselors come to your school to collect your registration information. It allows us to present your ideas to our administration so that they may staff the school appropriately to meet the needs of the students. At the top of the registration form, you need to start by printing your last name, your first name, and your middle name. On the second line, you will place your current grade level. The second line asks to put your cell phone number down if you have one. That helps us in contacting you over the summer if we have a specific question about your class choices. And lastly, print the name of the current school that you are attending. It would be the school you are attending right now. Notice that on the registration form there are two major columns. One you will list your fall course and one you will list your spring course. The first line asks for language arts, or your English class would be another way to say language arts would be your English class. Your English class is a year-long class, so you'd list it twice, once under the fall section and once under the spring section. The second line asks for your mathematics course, your math course, and this would be the next in the sequence. So the math course will be different for many of you, depending on, of course, this current class that you're in. We advise you to talk to your current math teacher to have them suggest to you what's the next appropriate course to put down. Notice that there are two columns listed as teacher recommendations. It's very helpful that you talk to your current teachers now to get their advice as to what classes you should take next year within that subject area. So please talk to your current teachers and have them sign off. Row number 3, you would list your science course. Again, consult with your current science teacher for advice on that. Line 4 is your social studies or history course that you will list. On line 5, we'd like you to list your PE course for next year. Lines 6, 7, and 8 are available for electives. Put careful consideration into your electives, as those are hard to change once we have them in your schedule. So make sure they are classes that you have an interest in taking next year. There's a section listed as alternate choices, and we ask that you please list 2 alternate choices. There are 2 lines for alternate choices. This is important in case a class is canceled or in case a class is full. We as counselors need to know what your other choices might be. We have a small number of classes that are offered 0 hour, which is a 7 o'clock class. If you're interested in that, in a 0 hour class, please list them on that line. There is a line for your summer school plans. If you failed a high school core class, it's often very helpful to take it during the summer so that you can get back on track for graduating on time. If you have an idea for your future, for a career, please list that on the line for career plans. You'll notice a statement there to the right of career plans. If you're seeking an IB diploma, please circle IB. There is a statement after that that says, I have read and am aware of the Hathaway scholarship requirements on the back of this page. If I have questions, I will contact the school counselor. Please read the scholarship requirements and sign off at the bottom. It's very important that you put a lot of thought into your class choices, as this will determine the number of staff the administration hires and the number of sections they create for each subject.
All right, we're finally at step 6, the step everybody's been waiting for. You're going to sit down with your counselor and finalize your registration. In order to do that, you need to have your registration form with you and filled out as much as possible. Then we'll get everything into the computer and we're going to hit enter and it's going to be done. We, the NCHS counselors, hope that this video has been helpful to you to walk you through the registration process and to help you make good choices for now and for the future. If you have any questions about anything that we can answer, please stop in and see your counselor or make an appointment through our secretary.